Look at this. Look at this mango. Look at this baby. Don't play with her. So beautiful. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that happened to me this week. I'm so shy right now. I'm gonna go wash this mango, and then I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what I went through this week and how important it is to focus on your mental health because it affects your physical health, and how important it is also to focus on your diet because that plays a role with everything, mental, physical, and how important it is to put God in the middle, put God first no matter what. It's a lot. But let me go wash this and I'll be back. So I'm cleaning up my cuticles a little bit, and then I'm gonna apply some oil to them because I just like my cuticles to look nice and hydrated because it just makes them look nicer. So I have been following the alkaline diet for a month and my skin was looking amazing. Right now I'm breaking out, and I'm also on my cycle right now, so that's probably another reason why I'm breaking out. But I also haven't been eating the best. But anywho, that's besides the point. I was on the alkaline diet and my skin was the best it had ever been. My energy was the best. I was able to continue with my discipline, reading the Bible, showing up for myself, coding, all this stuff. Girl, I went through the emotional situation of like a month and a half into doing the alkaline diet, and I'm craving like super sweets, but it's like a craving where I'm just like, yo, is the baby on the way? Is the baby on the way? Because at this point, why am I craving this so hard? It was insane. It was like, yo, if I'm craving something like this and I'm not pregnant, I can only imagine how intense cravings are going to be when that time comes. So I'm craving chocolate chip cookies, so you know, I go on Uber Eats and I order chocolate chip cookies from Chip City. Boom. Long story short, it was a spiral. Girl, it was like, the best way that I could describe it is just imagine a hill, and like on the hill there's like mad things that you could take. You know, some are positive, some are negative. I'm the sticky ball that's gonna be rolled down the hill, and I'm picking everything up. I'm picking up the positive, the negative. Things are going on with my friends, I'm picking that up. Things are going on with my family, I'm picking that up. Things are going on with me, I'm picking that up. Things are going on in the world that have nothing to do with me, I'm picking that up. I'm picking everything up. To the point where I literally felt so depressed that I didn't know what to do with myself. I was literally praying to God, like, Lord, help me, because I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me. I feel like the emotions were always there. It was just, they were managed. But after breaking my diet, everything just felt so intense. All the emotions that were most likely already there, that I was already aware of, just felt extremely intense, where I couldn't take the little things anymore because it was just too much for me. And I stopped reading my Bible. I was not reading my Bible. Girl, I have not read my Bible in like 2 weeks or maybe 3. And I've just been battling with the Lord, straight up like arguing with God, just angry. And it's not angry at like, oh, why don't I get this? Why don't I get that? It's angry at like, why is life like this? Yes, sin came into the world and the world is like this because of us. But it's just, I believe that God intervenes in my life. I absolutely do. I talk to him. I see him move. I feel him move. I know it is him that's moving. And then I just ask myself, like, there's so many people who are going hungry in this world and people who don't have food, and God, are you gonna intervene? I feel like it's a question that I'm not going to get an answer to. Like, I know God will intervene at the right time. It's just kind of painful to just see it happen, and for it to be like, there's so many people who have so much, like so much, and that's not God's fault, you know, that's our fault because of greed. Yeah, I felt like, why am I gonna pray and ask you for something when the next person has nothing? Why am I gonna sit here and believe that you're gonna give me something? Such a first world problem when the next person doesn't have basic necessities that the Lord has provided for me throughout my whole life. So that had been like my battle this week, and my body was definitely affected by the change in my diet, and it was just a ripple effect. The emotional situation, then the eating habits, then like the discipline fell through because my body was just no longer energized. As I was eating these things, like, I feel like what you eat affects how you think too. It affects everything, but I definitely have seen how like what I eat affects how I'm thinking. You know, if I have like sweets, and I'm not talking about, you know, I'm talking about refined sugar. If I have refined sugars, I feel my thoughts are very shallow. But if I have fruits, I'm able to be more at peace with everything. I'm able to process my emotions better. I'm able to accept the negative things that come right away, you know, instead of tussling with God about it. Like I said, it was always, those thoughts were always gonna come to my mind. But I know that if I was eating well and if I was reading my Bible, it wouldn't have affected me the way that it did, because girl, I even got a fever. And it sounds crazy because it is. It was just that spiraling behavior that suppressed my immune system to the point where I was just susceptible to anything that was coming my way. And it's crazy because in my spirit, I was susceptible to everything that was coming, but even in my body, I was susceptible to the things that were coming to me, and I got sick. And I just wanted to share that with somebody because I love God. I adore the Lord. But I have my moments of anger with God, and I have my moments of confusion. And I feel like it's important to share those moments as well. One last thing that I wanted to add was that the Lord welcomes all of our questions. I be having 1,000,001 questions, and I know that God has more than 1,000,001 answers for me. It's just that, you know, I haven't read my whole Bible, so the Lord hasn't revealed the answers yet. And I also haven't experienced my whole life, so the Lord hasn't revealed the answers yet. So the fact that the Lord hasn't revealed the answers yet does not mean that he never will, or that there is no answer to that. There are answers to every single question that we have in our hearts. So propose them to the Lord and believe that in due time, he's gonna answer them. This walk with the Lord is hard, but it is so rewarding. And when you encounter those hiccups, it just makes you fall more in love with him. Like, damn, I love you, Lord. Anyway, let me get out of here. So I'm here chopping up these shrooms to make the veggie saute, and the word that came to my mind suddenly was selfish ambition. One of the things that I was tussling with God about this week was, how do I ask you to give me things, Lord, without taking into consideration the fact that there's people who don't have basic necessities that I've had my whole life, like water, food, a bed, a roof over their head, stability in the home. The way that I'm seeing it, as like I'm thinking about this word, selfish ambition, I feel bad for asking God for these things that I've been asking him for because of selfish ambition. There are things that I've been asking God for that aren't gonna benefit anyone but me. What I was asking for wasn't only going to benefit me in the grand scheme of things. However, my heart posture was not correct when I was asking for those things, and I was just thinking about myself. And the thing is, like, God doesn't want to give you something if you're only thinking about yourself when you ask for it. You know, he wants it to also be used to benefit his children. So when I was asking God for the things that I was asking for, my heart posture was in the wrong place, girl. So the Lord said, nah, you bugging. I'm not giving you that. I do remember that Solomon asked God for wisdom to lead his people, right? Solomon didn't sit here and ask for riches and all this stuff, but the Lord provided it because Solomon didn't have selfish ambition. Solomon was seeking wisdom to lead Israel in the right path. So if you ever felt guilty about asking God for something like I have been this past week, and how I've just been tussling with God about that, think about selfish ambition. That's crazy. I told you, the Lord provides at the appointed time. And I'm sure that if I would have been in my Bible, I would have come to this sooner. But everything happens according to his will. Wow. At the appointed time, he's gonna give you the wisdom. Yo, and it's so crazy because I'm literally just here chopping up these veggies, and the Holy Spirit really just put that in my head. Selfish ambition, like, my Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Wow. Oh, when God speaks, it's really like a whisper. Let me just take this in a little bit. Alright, girl, so I'm gonna keep chopping these veggies. I don't know why I keep saying girl, but that's what it feels like. It feels like, hey girl. Let me keep chopping this up, and I'm gonna tell you what it looks like in the end. And then you show me what you made. Alright, see ya.